It's the afternoon of the 24th. Yeah, 24th. If you hear people speaking in the background, I'm catching up on Destination Fear. Because I am planning my upcoming TBRs. And I didn't realise how many books I had to buy to do them, which isn't good considering how many pre-orders I already have. That's the story for the day. I've not read anything yet today. I was going to participate in a reading sprint, but that got cancelled. So I have 3 books left to read, and that is the How to Disappear, the Once Future Witches, which I'm reading today, and the Nesting, if I remember correctly. So altogether they come to just over 1,400 pages. I think it's like 1,401. So to read them by next Sunday, if I read 175 pages a day, or just over, it's like 175.1, I'll have them read. But my plan is to read half of the Once Future Witches today. If I don't do that, if I get past 175, I'll be a happy bunny. That's something I'm going to do for the months going forward, and I think a lot of people probably do that, is count how many pages I've got to read and then split it by the days. Obviously February is only 28 days, not 31 or even 30, so there's 3 less days to read, or 2, but I'm still going to plan on reading 8 books. I'm not filming the TBR this week because the pink is the books I have to read. Ignore if they're scribbled out, I'm not reading them anymore. But I'm not buying them anymore until later anyway. So this Wednesday's video will be These Books Will Self-Destruct, which a lot of people have already done, but because of my theme for this month, I didn't want to do that until the end of this month. So by Wednesday, well, Tuesday, Wednesday, I should know how far along I am with things, so that'd be good. Also gives you a bit of an update where my TBR shelf is. So yeah, that's the plan. Anything else? Yeah, nothing else really coming up this week. I've also been thinking about maybe doing a 24-hour readathon, or like 2 hours at a time readathon, if that makes sense. I'll talk about that more in February, because I have a week off in February because it's half term. And for me, it just makes it easy to book off my annual leave during the holidays because I work with schools and I work in education. So yeah, that's the plan for today and this week. So I should be able to get through 3 books this week, which will be great. Once I've read some of Once Future Witches, I'll update you all. In regards to TBRs, I have February, March already planned out, a notebooks I'm getting, a notebooks I'm reading. April and May, they are going to be the same theme because of what books I want to read. Spoiler, it's sequels of books I've already read. So because there's so many of them books, I thought for May I may as well just carry it on. It might mean I read more than 16 books, and it also will mean that I will hopefully have caught up on my sequels. Now, there are some series where the books are still to come out where I pre-ordered them. So you've got the 3rd book in the Ash and Torment trilogy. You've got the 5th book in the D.I. Adam Fawley series coming out later this year. I think that actually comes out in May, so I can read that straight away. You've got the Seven Sisters last book, and that comes out in July, I think. Obviously, A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, the 2nd book still to come. So my hope is to get, if I can get all the books that I can for most of my series read in April and May, that means I'm not under a lot of pressure when the rest of the books come out to try and get them read. Obviously, I then have the 2 books in the Raven, Fisher and Simpsons series on my shelf up there, so I could read them in May. I'm just kind of giving myself a lot of books I could potentially read. So if I do go down that, obviously that's my plan, so that's 16 books. I'm going to have a count of what books I know are already out, so I can know how many books there are, so I could see how much I could get done in April and May. Yeah, so it's 18 books I could do to finish. And I've just realised the Sam Wyndham series has a 5th book coming out in July. So if I could concentrate and get them read by the end of May, I can pre-order that book and know that I've already read the series, so I've caught up. I can just pick it up in July, because as you know, in July I set no TBRs. So then you're thinking, Michelle, you must know what you're doing for June. I have an idea. So in April it's one sister's and my mum's birthday. In May it's my brother-in-law's birthday. They're not also going to help pick my TBR. In June it's my other two sisters' birthdays. So, and they are readers. So my thinking is, and I haven't talked to them about this yet, but they're probably going to hate me for it. I might just say to them, listen, girls, well, sorry, girlies, I should say. Because I'll have lots of books on my shelf then, because I've made pre-orders. And I might just say, do you know what? I need to pick 6 books to make up my TBR for June. Send them my top 12 that I've got on my shelves, because it will be shelved at that point, trust me. And then they can pick, they say, do you not pick 3 each, and then they're involved. And it might be that they like them books, that's why they want me to read them, so I can give them to them, because hopefully by then I can share books again. And then obviously that frees up for July for me to read as many books as possible. Now for July I am going to pick a top 6 that I want to read alongside the reading challenges. But if it's anything like last year, which is, I'll be honest, last year I read 19 books, I think it was, in July. I think it was 19. Yeah, it was 19. And that was just because I had so much time off on, because I couldn't carry a days over. That's happening again this year in the month of July. At the moment, again it could change, I'm only working for 9 days. Yeah. So again, I could just end up with 19 books being read. So yeah. So anyway, that's the plan for the moment. So it's kind of like I kind of know what I'm doing for the next 5 months after January. Well, 6 months, sorry. So I'm liking that. But again, obviously that could change, especially for April, because hopefully if we're allowed to start go see people. One of my best friends is a teacher, so hopefully if we can see people I might be able to go see him, but he's in a different county from me, so it's probably not going to happen, but hopefully. My other best friend lives on the other side of Bradford, so maybe I can go see her, we never know. So yeah, that's it for now. Sorry if I keep looking out, because I'm literally where my desk is by my window, as you can probably tell by the glare. And I just keep seeing cars, so I'm just like being one of those nosy neighbours, like, who's here? Do I recognise that guy? God, that's a bit Yorkshire, isn't it? Yorkshire. As you can tell, I'm grown up in Yorkshire. So yeah, that's it for the update for the moment. 13 minutes. Oh good gosh, I do apologise for the long vlog. She says probably gets to the end of next week, and it's like 20 minutes to go through. But yeah, that's it for now. So I'll update you once I've made a headway with the Once and Future Witches. Hello, it's Monday. I didn't give you an update as to where I got to with the Once and Future Witches last night. I've read 52% of the book in one night. So as my video was uploading last night, it took a long time, so I just thought I'd read for the entire duration. And yeah, I've got to page 271, so I know who characters are, I've seen a few twists, I've seen a few secrets come out. I'm enjoying it. I know I normally think what I'm going to give a book by now, what star rating. I'm not quite sure yet. I think I'm going to wait and see how a few things develop, because there's a few plot points where I'm kind of like, do I like it, do I not? So yeah, so the plan for today is to, once I finish work, read another 175, so that should take me to 445 page, but that's literally the start of chapter 38. And I only really have like 50 something pages or 60 pages after that to read, so I'm going to try and get through as much as I can. If I can get to past chapter 38, I'll be happy, and I can stop if I feel tired. If I still feel good, I'll just carry on reading. But yeah, a good start to the week. It's Monday evening, I've finished reading for the night. I've only got 60 pages left, but I have a headache starting there, I have a headache starting there, so this girl is thinking she needs to drink about 4 pints of juice and then go to bed. Some twists and turns that I didn't see coming. some that I was well, there was a couple where I was like, yeah, saw that coming. Just read that twist, that story. I like the connection. Yes, I'm gonna go. Like I said, I've got a headache and I need to go take some pain relief and then get some juice down me and then go to bed. So I will update you all tomorrow when I get where I get to. Sorry for the awful angle. It's Tuesday night. I've just finished The Once and Future Witches. I cried at the end. The last couple of chapters. I'll talk more in the morning, but that was not the book that I thought would make me feel every single emotion that you could feel. Hello, it's Wednesday. I'm on a lunch break, so as you saw last night, I finished. I've got my thoughts together. Oh, my star rating isn't changing for this book. Yes, it is a slow start. So not complicated, but it's complicated. So you follow 3 sisters who basically want to try and make the world a better place for themselves. The eldest sister is a librarian who has this really, really cute relationship with a girl who is it's just so sweet. Basically, she's like another type of witch. You then have the second child, the middle child, who has a bit of fun with a guy, ends up pregnant, falls in love with another male witch who accepts this child, and it's such a cute relationship. And then you have the youngest child who basically was left at home because her dad was abusive. She ran away after something happened, and she meets up with him, gets involved with the women's right to vote in America, and that's how her magic appears. And yeah, and it's very slow. I have to say, like, first probably 100 pages, it's kind of telling you everything you need to know and building up so that you can then read the rest of the story knowing what's going on, that you don't have to think, oh wait a minute, you haven't told me about this. There are a few twists in here that I didn't see coming. The one that I wasn't too sure of the other night, I read the mentions of it wrong. I will 100% admit that. When that does come out, what's Sweet's book, basically the dad, I completely went down the wrong street with that, wrong road, wrong whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so I went down the wrong path for that once, but when it came out what it was that he actually did, yeah. And then the last 50 pages, like I said last night, I cried. I'm not gonna cry this morning, don't worry. I felt every bit of emotion that Juniper, the youngest sister, felt. And I think that's why I kind of very much bonded with her, I'll say, because I am the youngest sister of 4. I would do anything for my nieces and nephew. I would do exactly what she did for my nieces and nephew, and I think that was kind of what set me off, because it was like, oh my god, this is actually what I would do. Yeah, 5 stars. And as I said on Twitter and Goodreads, I didn't think this book would make me cry. Is this a sign that at the age of 27, I'm finally getting in tune with my emotions and getting to a place where I'm happy to release them? So I didn't pick up another book. I didn't start reading until 11, so that was kind of my getting me to wind down so I could sleep. So the last 2 books I have, I think they have about between 700 to 800 pages between them. I should say, not each. God, I'd cry. So our probably best bet will be to try and get to 200 pages every night, just to get it read. Obviously the weekend I do tend to read more. In regards to my February TBR, I'm not sure when I can film that. There is an issue with my card, so my bank has cancelled it and are sending me a new one. Also means the 3 pre-orders I had for this week haven't gone through for Waterstones. What does that mean? It means that I can't really film my February TBR, probably not even for next week, or probably for the week after. Luckily, because of the theme, I'm not going down just the love, I'm going down relationships. So love relationships, family, platonic, enemies even. I do have books on my shelves up there that I can read for it, which is quite good. But I'm just gutted that my TBR is going to be late again. Unless my card comes on Friday, which it is, the first thing I'll be doing after I authorise it will be Waterstones. Yeah. So that's it. So yeah, that's my update for this morning. I will update you tonight or maybe tomorrow morning again as to where I get with my next book. And I'll let you know what that next book will be. Hey everyone, it's Friday, it's lunchtime. Quick update, I am 66% of the way through the nesting. I'm enjoying it. It's not what I thought it was. I thought the main character was married to the father of the 2 little girls in this book. I was wrong. Basically, you have a girl called Lexi who, after attempted suicide, is dumped by her boyfriend. And she is on a train basically to like London, I think it is, and she hears another girl who turns down a nannying job, turns down applying for a nannying job, I should say, for a widowed father and his 2 young children because her best friend is pregnant. Our main character Lexi decides to steal this other character called Sophie, to steal Sophie's identity, her CV, her experience, everything to apply for this job. She goes and meets the father and the housekeeper, I think it is. I can't remember. She's called Marlon. She's kind of one of my freaky characters at the moment, I think. And they get on well, they offer her the job. She goes to live with her. Lexi then goes to live with her best friend before she moves to Norway with this father who's constructing a house out there. Turns out her best friend has been sleeping with her boyfriend, her ex-boyfriend, for a long time, and she moves in with him that night. So at this moment in time, you are seeing, well, at this moment in time where I've got to, Lexi's been in Norway for a couple of months with the girls, and the eldest girl, Gaia, I think she's called, has been seeing what she calls the scary woman, who is scary. She reminds me of the woman from Mama, the horror movie, if you've watched it. That's very much the vibes I'm getting from this. A newcomer moves into their house. She's being kind of stalked or something by this scary woman, this entity. Marlon is basically saying, oh, it's all connected to these like Norwegian fairy tales or nursery stories, and you read, it's like you read a story because Gaia's and the other little girl Coco, her mother who died, Orella, came from Norway. Well, that's where her father's family came from, and that's why they're moving there. So Tom, the father, is like, they need to learn Norwegian. You find out pretty quickly that Orella, I think it's Orella, yeah, it's sorry. So you find out very quickly that Orella actually died via suicide, is the confirmed death. However, you are finding with the supernatural looking things that are going on that maybe that wasn't the case. Lexi, still going by Sophie, goes into her room after a horrific night and finds a diary that apparently belongs to Orella, who, when she reads it, it reads like Tom is beating Orella up. However, there are certain chapters where you do see Orella's point of view, and that may not be the case. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. I'll leave it at that. I can't give a star rate. It's just there's some things in here where I'm like, really? And there's another side story that's just been introduced that maybe Orella is connected to another girl who died, and then someone looks into it and maybe she didn't die, maybe it was her mum that ran away. It's a little bit confusing, the side plots. At the moment, I'm enjoying Lexi's / Sophie's story because I find that very intriguing. the two little girl characters, you don't really see much from Coco, who's the baby, but Gaia's like 6, so, or Gaia I should say, sorry. And you do get little paragraphs of her, and basically you realise she doesn't like Coco. Like, in one of Aurella's storylines, Aurella's breastfeeding Coco, and Gaia's like, can I read you a letter I wrote, Mummy? She's like, yeah, of course, darling. And basically it ends with like, can we send Coco back now? Yeah. So there's a lot, like I said, I'm liking it. Is it the best thing I've read this month? No. At the moment. You don't know, there might be twists coming up that I'm like, oh my god, yes. But it's very much described as a noir story or book on Goodreads, so, and I don't really read much of them. So yeah, but that's my update for now. Have about 120 pages, I think it is. But yeah, 124 pages left to finish, so I will probably do that tonight. I only read 202 last night because Gavin at How to Train Your Gavin did an impromptu writing/reading sprints, and I was reading like 60 pages every half an hour sprint, so that's the only reason that I went over what I should have read yesterday. So the plan is for the rest of the day, finish work, because I'm still working but I'm on a break, it's fine, my boss is fine with having breaks. Then finish this tonight and start How to Disappear. So I'm thinking if I read the 124 pages of this and read about 100 pages in How to Disappear, I should be on track, because there is another reading sprint from Maddie at the book browsing blog on Sunday at 10. Yeah, so I want to participate in that as well. So I think if I read 100 tonight, 200 tomorrow, that will leave me at about 250 pages I think to read on Sunday, which I can do. So yeah, it looks like January is a good start. Evening, it's midnight on Saturday the 30th. I finished the nesting. I'm in two minds at the moment, so I've rated it 3 stars, and if you follow me on Goodreads, I see my Instagram is there. I don't know if this is the genre for me. Basically, so here's the 2 minds. I mean, I want to put this down because I don't really want to pull it up. So it's either I'm really tired and I've missed like a load of information, which I don't think is the case, and it's too... No, I'm not even in 2 minds, don't know why I'm saying that. There was, to me, the story, the ending didn't end it, if that makes sense. It didn't feel like it should have been the ending, I'll say. There were plot points that were added but were never discussed again, or spoiler alert, I'll be honest. Turns out our main character Lexi had a child when she was 14 that she thought she gave up for adoption, but actually it was put into foster care where, like she was. That's it. Literally added in the last in the last 100 pages. And then the last chapter, it was basically her mum ends up calling while she's in the toilet. The baby Coco tries to bash the phone against the side. Gaia shouting, saying don't do it, you're gonna hurt it. Maren, the housekeeper, I don't know if I mentioned him before, she comes in, answers the phone, and Mum's like, I want to speak to Lexi. She's like, who's Lexi? I don't know, Sophie. Basically Mum tells Maren everything, then Tom gets the phone, the dad, and he gets it, and then Lexi's going to go. And Derry, who is a character I haven't mentioned, so basically Tom's business partner Clive and his wife are in Norway with them trying to get the house ready. It felt very much like you concentrated on Lexi, Aurelia and Tom for like literally 300 pages of this book. It's 399 pages long, and it was just like random storylines of Derry and Clive and Maren. Maren's storyline I kind of understood. So basically, I don't know why I'm saying this because I'm going to have to repeat myself during my wrap up. So yeah, I'll just leave it like that. Yeah, 3 stars. So I'm not going to pick up How to Disappear. It's midnight, I want to sleep. So it will be, that is my thing for the next 2 days, is to read them books. That book, sorry, I should say. Hey everyone, it's Saturday evening. It is actually 5 minutes to midnight. I am halfway through How to Disappear. I'm liking it so far. Basically, you are following a family who are involved in witness protection. So the daughter Zara witnesses a murder, and you are straight away in see what she sees to start with, and then you go to the trial because she's going to come forward, but she's called Girl A to hide her identity. While being questioned by the defence, it comes out that she lied and she was kind of coerced by her mother and the police to do so. So someone finds out who she is. The 2 defendants, the 2 people who apparently murdered this guy but did it in self-defence, it turns out. So you think. A group of their friends and family want to get revenge on Zara, start following her, turn up at her house. Police recommend witness protection. Her stepdad can't go because of his kids and stuff like that. And then it turns out that the group of people actually want to kill her. And you are following Zara and her mum in witness protection. You are following her stepdad, who has actually infiltrated the group who want to kill her. Sorry, it's wobbling, it's in my left hand. And then you also follow Zara's stepsister Poppy, who has been told by her dad, do not tell anyone anything of what has happened. But actually she ends up telling her best friend, who knows someone who goes to Zara's old school, and everyone knows who she is. The stepdad tells his sister-in-law, and his mum. So yeah, like I said, 50% of the way through. Probably update you tomorrow morning. I think that's going to be my usual thing. Just start a vlog in Sunday afternoon and finish it the Sunday morning afterwards. But yeah, I'm going to hold it in this other hand because, again, basically I broke my right hand when I was younger, and sometimes when I'm tired it gets really weak and I can't lift anything. So tomorrow morning, Maddie at Book Browsing Blog has a reading sprints set up, so I'm going to do that, so hopefully finish that book tomorrow. And then if I finish that in the morning, the afternoon will be finishing my reading journal and starting my reading journal for February. Hello, it's 12 o'clock on Sunday. I'm now up to page 358. The inevitable has happened. They have been found. The gang has tried to go for them. The dad being in the group worked because he rang the police and told them, and their officer, I think is called John, in the witness protection who looks after him, was able to go get them. The girl Zara told 2 friends at her school who she was, so she's upset for leaving them. The mum, who's called Lauren, and the dad Adrian, I don't know if I've mentioned their names, they've been talking and now they've been moved. She's like, we can't do this anymore. So I've just left it where they've just moved from the Lake District to York. I don't know if I mentioned that last time, I'm really sorry. So they lived in London, they moved to the Lake District as part of the witness protection. Because they've been found, they've now been moved to York. And Zara has instantly fallen head over heels with the teenage boy living next door. She goes to the same school as him, so I'm guessing the inevitable happens again. There's only 499 pages in this book, so it is a quick read in a sense. But yeah, so this will definitely be finished today. I'll probably get a shower, go to Aldi and finish it in the last reading sprint these guys do, because I know they said they might even go to like 3 o'clock or further. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. And I finished How to Disappear. Kind of saw that ending coming, kind of didn't. So obviously last time I updated Zara and Lauren had just moved to the second house. Adrian was starting to organise a meeting to try and grab the group. Turns out Adrian's daughter... So what happens is, Adrian's daughter Poppy has a sleepover with her best friend Emily, who knows everything that's gone on. They find his burner phone, and Lauren has sent him a drunk selfie in a taxi, which has the address on it for their new place. So Poppy memorises that. Now, I didn't tell you this last time, but Poppy had already been kind of caught by the group to ask if she knew where they were, and she had said no, but she's caught again, and basically the man has a knife to her throat, and she is debating whether or not to give the address, and the exact line is, she can't believe she's sacrificing her beautiful sister for herself, and then she gives the address. This is the day before Adrian has this meeting arranged with the group. So once this information is in the group, the next chapter is with Lauren, and she's asleep and she's thinking she's really hot. She wakes up and the house is on fire. And the way her chapter ends, you think they're dead. The next chapter, Adrian is told by the witness protection they're dead. And in the epilogue, it turns out that... Sorry about that. So basically it turns out that Zara was secretly working with her lawyer from before to try and get this football group, who are where the two people were who killed the homeless guy at the beginning. I'm really crap at this, I'm really sorry. It turns out it was a hazing incident, and for the hazing they have to go urinate on a homeless person. So it turns out Zara was giving names to her lawyer to go and get all this evidence, because she typed it all up. So because she obviously she lied, if she was still alive when this evidence came out, it would be, we won't believe her because she's a known liar. But because she's died, they believe it a lot more. So one of the guys gets off with a deal because he kept playing both sides. The other guy, it turns out it was his idea for this hazing when he was 12 years old. He goes down for like 24 years. His dad goes down for like 18 years, and it kind of filters off like that. Adrian goes back to the flat he's been living in, thinking about how him and Poppy are going to have to try and move on. Poppy, bless her, has been diagnosed with PTSD. He's seen a therapist, and he finds a parcel and he thinks, shit, this group has found me. No, it turns out Lauren and Zara are still alive. The witness protection people faked their death because of Zara working with her lawyer. And the last two last two paragraphs are with Lauren and Zara being back at home, and that's how it ends. The ending, that epilogue, I have to say, saved this book from being a 2.5 stars. Just because of the ending, I could go back and you could kind of see little points. Is 2.5 stars probably harsh? Yes, but I think that's because I kind of saw a lot of what was coming on. Like with that first, I guessed half of it was going to happen, but more than half, probably about 3/4 of it. So the ending pushes it 2 or 3 stars. Am I a bit disappointed? Yes, because it says on the front, among the best psychological suspense thrillers of recent years. I don't know how when I guessed half of it, but this is going to be my last bit for this week's reading vlog. I'm going down because still on my bed. I have read all 8 books, which means I can now do my wrap up for Wednesday. I do still need to take a picture for this week's video. But I have already cut out my ending from last time, so this is my proper ending. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, subscribe. So Wednesday's video will most likely be my January wrap up, because like I said, I'm not sure if my book's going to be here for my February TBR video. If they do come, it might mean there's 2 videos next week. No promise, I might just bump one of them to the Wednesday after. So I'm going to go now, going to set up my reading journal for February, after, of course, completing January, because I'm so far behind on that. But that's it. Until next time. Bye, guys.